Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw is a spin-off of the very successful Fast and the Furious film franchise, and it focuses on the characters of Luke Hobbs, played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Deckard Shaw, played by Jason Statham. Now, if you've seen the Fast and the Furious films, you know that these two guys have somewhat of a history. They don't like each other, they fought each other, they don't like working together, and that's basically the premise of this film. Now, in this film, Hobbs and Shaw, they are forced to come together and work together in order to get their hands on a super badass virus that has the potential to eliminate the human population. Now, how they come together is that Deckard Shaw's sister, Hattie Shaw, is an MI6 agent who is framed for the murder of her own group and made as if she stole the virus, where in actuality, she Mission Impossible to the virus into her own body and now has 72 hours before she melts. Now, before I really get into the review of this movie, I have to say that I really have a philosophical problem with this whole concept of this movie, and that comes from the fact that they're using these characters who have already been established in the Fast and Furious timeline, and yet the way they're being portrayed in this film is pretty much really nothing like how they've been introduced in the past. And that kind of bothered me on a conceptual level, a philosophical level, if you will. I mean, first of all, let's start with Jason Statham's character, Deckard Shaw. Now, this guy killed Han, man. He killed my favorite character out of the whole Fast and the Furious franchise. He motherfucking just straight up murdered Han. And now we're supposed to be rooting for this guy. He's supposed to be a good guy. Fuck, man, the team should be getting revenge on this guy, not working together with him. So why is this guy all of a sudden a hero that we're supposed to be rooting for and enjoying watching? So yeah, you know, that kind of bugs me, and that's just me. I love Han's character, and I really felt that he got the shit end of the deal by being killed off by Deckard Shaw. So there's that. And then there's The Rock's character, Luke Hobbs. Now, when this guy was first introduced to this franchise, oh fuck, he was this mean, aggro guy, you know, Mr. Cop Man, and you know, took no shit from nobody. And then he kind of slowly evolved over this films into the cartoony version that he is here in Hobbs and Shaw. So I just don't like that evolution of his character in order to make him a real funny guy. You know, I kind of like the way Hobbs was first introduced as this big steroid motherfucker, just take no shit from nobody, and I kind of think that him in that essence of a character, being a real take no nonsense badass, would have been a better relationship with the smooth and suave Shaw. I think that polar opposites kind of thing would have played off better, I think. But you know, again, that's just me. Before even going into this movie, I had kind of like a philosophical problem with the movie. But you know, I can set that shit aside and just watch the movie for what it is. And what this movie is basically Tango and Cash with a lot of CGI action. Even the plot itself is from Tango and Cash, where The Rock's character now has a thing for the sister of the guy that he's forced to work with but doesn't really like. I mean, that's straight up Tango and Cash. And even the name, Hobbs and Shaw, Tango and Cash, it's the same fucking movie. So this movie doesn't really have any points for originality. There's stuff in the movie from Showdown in Little Tokyo. There's stuff in the movie from other action films that from the past. So it's like bits and pieces from other movies just kind of melded together into this movie. So yeah, the writing is not the greatest strength of this movie. I will say this, the chemistry between The Rock and Jason Statham is very good. There is a lot of banter between the two with a lot of smart alecky, cut down kind of comments, and that was fun for a while. I mean, it just got a little old after a while, and it just kind of had a repetitious feeling. It was like insult, 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 then set action piece, insult, 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 set action piece, insult, insult, insult. You know where I'm going with this. So it's kind of the same pattern over and over again. So yeah, it was fun. Like I said, at times some of the comebacks were really funny, but it just kind of got a little old. But I do love Vanessa Kirby as Shaw's sister, Hattie Shaw, the MI6 agent. Man, she is fucking hot. Let me just say that first of all. Hot. With every movie she's on, like, oh. before, just looking at her right now, like, man, this chick is pretty mean. But not only that, not only does she look good, but she can really kick some ass, and she easily holds her own on screen with The Rock and Jason Statham, and that's no easy feat because these guys are known for their action scenes. They're known for kicking off bottle caps from water bottles, you know, but man, she held her own, and I think she's easily the star of this movie. I want to see more of Vanessa Kirby. I thought her character was great. She really grounded the film out of all this nonsense the rest of the movie had, and she was really the grounding focus of the film, which I really appreciated. She had a great performance and great action scenes and hot. So yeah, Vanessa Kirby, easily the best thing in the movie for me. There's a couple of great cameos which are really fun, and then another thing that I kind of was disappointed by was the action. The action scenes, they're pretty pedestrian, to be honest. You're not gonna really see anything new in this movie that you haven't seen before, which I thought was a little disappointing because the Fast and the Furious films, they're really known to be these outrageous, silly, cartoony, stunt-filled movies. And there was some stuff like that, but a lot of it was just the same old punching and kicking and big shit blowing up. And yeah, the action just didn't really do anything for me. Just kind of surprising considering the director is Donovan Leitch, who's a co-director of John Wick and the Deadpool movies and Atomic Blonde, which I really, really liked. So yeah, the action was just, it was okay. But the bottom line is, even though this movie is a spin-off from the Fast and the Furious franchise, it's not really a Fast and the Furious film. It doesn't have the same tone, the same kind of themes as those F&F movies had. There's just one part where they finally use some nitrous I thought was really cool. That was actually my favorite part of all the action scenes, to be honest. But other than that, it was a little very too cartoony to be a Fast and the Furious film, which is, as I'm saying it sounds kind of ridiculous considering how cartoony the Fast and the Furious films are, but it just kind of tells you the level of absurdity that comes in this movie. And yeah, the action again just didn't really do for me. The tone of the movie was just different from the Fast and the Furious. It's basically Tango and Cash 2. And you know what? It could be just me being an old fart now because I think this is the kind of movie that I would have really, really enjoyed back in my teenage years and my 20s. And this is the prototypical summer movie. Big stars, big action, big laughs, big set pieces, you know, big budget. So yeah, I don't know, having all of that, that's the kind of shit that normally I would really go for, but somehow in its execution this time around, it just didn't really capture me. But again, Vanessa Kirby, hot. Yeah, she saved the movie for me. So for me, Fast and the Furious Presents Hobbs Shaw gets a 6 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching my review. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel MC on Film if you haven't so already for more reviews in the future.